hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. What's up, everyone? A little cheeky. How goes it tonight? Oh, I see why it's echoey. Oh, I have it going on my monitor so I can see it, and I have the volume up. That's why we are getting echoes. What's up, Unseen Spectre? How goes it tonight? Vice Jess Scooter, The Third Tail, Slice King, Mesriz, Oneux, Dabstixid, Cap'n Crunchberry. What's going on tonight, everyone? Oh, we have a new subscriber, Big Scoops Cheer. Oh, what a great name. Big Scoops Cheer for Big Scoops Cheer. Welcome back to the Fishbowl, 2 months in a row. What's up, Average Toaster? How goes it tonight? Dinotron, good to see ya. Good to see you, everyone. Already working on an infinite combo. Oh my goodness. So, Budget Magic just came out last night, mono white servos, and the mono white servo deck was sweet, so I don't want to take anything away from mono white servos, but oh my god, next week's Budget Magic, oh, I want to just like edit the videos and publish it right now, because oh my goodness, this deck is so sweet. I mean, I know I say a lot of decks are sweet and spicy, but good God, this deck is awesome. I'm so excited for this deck. Blitzbeard, 4 months in a row, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, it is so awesome. It has so many sweet things. It is in standard, and we'll start exploring modern more in a little bit. Usually when a new set comes out, we gotta hit up standard hard and do that, but it involves several cards that I never ever thought I'd be playing, but they are absolutely busted in this deck. And also a card that we've already played before that I really like from Aether Revolt. Quantum C Quasar, 3 months in a row, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our new subscriber. No mono red for Valentine's. We're going mono black. It's one of those kind of Valentine's days. What's up, BT Holt? No, it's actually sweet. Like, it kills the opponent fairly quickly. No Panharmonicons in Valve. No Panharmonicons. Yeah, I know. Maybe this should be Scumble. Do I have Scumbles? Actually, wait. I can't actually type Scumble in there. That doesn't work. Oh. Stoneforge Mysticism, 4 months in a row, says, Standard already, RIP Modern, I didn't think it would be that fast. Well, don't worry, I love Modern, and we will be playing plenty of Modern in the future, but I wanted to do Standard today. This deck was pretty popular on the instant deck decks, so I figured we should give it a try. Yes, you are all my Valentines. How about that? Since we're streaming on Valentine's Day, we can just all be each other's Valentines. That makes it easy. Thought you might like to know my mechanized production Bonesaw deck went 2-2 in a 29-player game day, and one of the wins was from having 8 Bonesaws. Yes, you did it. Oh, that's like next level against the odds. What's up, Net and 10? That's next level. Not only are you winning with Bonesaw on mechanized production, but you're doing it on hard mode, which is pretty awesome. Oh, well, thank you, Timothy. I'm glad I can help you procrastinate. It's coming, the Budget Magic deck. What's up, awesome dude? Good to see you. Budget Magic deck will be out next week. I can't post it early because we got to have one for next week. But, oh, man. Oh, I'm just so excited. I'm really excited. It's just so sweet, and it uses such unusual cards that you wouldn't be expecting to do what they're doing. So, huh? Hello. What is happening? What's up tonight, We have all kinds of echoes today. That was like 5 minutes later. Oh, it's 3 colors. 3 colors is the deck. Mostly 2 colors, but technically 3 colors. Alright, so let's do the reminders and talk about this deck. Then we can chat more as we are playing a league. So this or that, we did a Super Bowl edition with Richard. So that was a couple weeks ago. There's supposed to be one this week. I was actually supposed to record one today with Tomer, but I don't know what happened to Tomer. He didn't make it. So I think something must have came up. But it is not gone, but it's more like every other week type thing-ish. So reminders, and then we'll talk to deck, and then we'll chat about whatever. So first off, the MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube, where you can find all of our old streams, including this stream, in the future. So make sure to check that out, subscribe to that. Of course, the normal YouTube channel is where you can find all of the series. We also had, if you missed it, we published the Mardu Vehicles versus Callblade match me and Richard did today. And that's it's an interesting match. Well, what's up, Moonis? Yeah, Richard was so meme heavy. And the thing is, like, whenever I play Tomer on this or that, I make a really casual, like, try to be really on theme. And Tomer's decks are usually on theme, but then it usually also has, like, oh, I just Vampire Hexmage Dark Depths you lose. And Richard kind of had that with, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor and stuff, but at least he did have good justifications. Jace actually does kind of look like Belichick with the hood and stuff, so his justifications were on point, so I couldn't really quibble. When Tomer, like, Vampire Hexmage in your snow deck, really, just so you can Dark Depths me? Come on, Tomer. Fish servo tokens. It's on the list of things we've been talking about. There are more tokens in the works. I think there's like a few more additions we have planned that'll be coming out over the course of time. I don't remember if servos made the final cut or not, actually. They might have. I don't remember for sure. And last but not least, speaking of tokens, make sure to check out the merch page. We have the new playmat bags, so if you're looking for a sweet way to carry around your playmat, make sure to check those out. Tokens and deck boxes and all that stuff. Yeah, the Rallier deck does look pretty sweet. That's my kind of deck. I love Sun Titan Emiria decks. So anyway, this deck that we're playing tonight is... I called it Gifted Black because it's got 4 gifted Aetherborns. It's basically a mono black... I don't even want to call it control because it's not really. It's like just black good stuff. We have gifted Aetherborns, have some Yahanis, which are a little weird because we don't have that much to really sack. Mind Rack Demons, some Kalidases, some Planeswalkers like Liliana and Obnixilis, and then some big stuff. Demon of Dark Schemes to wrath away the board, Noxious Gearhulk, some decent removal, Murders, Ruinous Past, Fatal Pushes, Grasp. So I don't even know. I mean, it's basically just like mono black good stuff mid-range. So I hope it's sweet. It looks pretty sweet. Mana base, all swamps, and a couple of Blighted Fens. We have a new subscriber. Oh, thank you, Rossber80. Love the content you provide, makes work fly by. Well, that's a good thing to do. Work flying by is always good. 4 months in a row. Thank you so much for the resub. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So yeah, I mean, the basic idea is we, like, kill some stuff, play some powerful standalone threats, and hope it wins us the game. In the sideboard, Transgress the Minds to the Slaughter, so more removal, more Planeswalker removal. Lost Legacy to deal with combo decks. Yahani's Expertise, combo with Yahani. Not really, but on flavor with Yahani. Another Obnixilis for control. Hope of Gurapur, not exactly sure what we're bringing these in for, but I don't know, I guess maybe against control. We're taking out like Fatal Pushes or something, but a couple of those as well. This is my job, Jake, One Hive fan. I am the content manager of MTG Goldfish. So making content and doing other Goldfish things is my full-time job, which is amazing. I just call it Yanni. Isn't Yanni like a singer or something? Who is Yanni? I gotta look that up now. Yanni. Oh man, Yanni has quite the hair. Oh, a Filipino musician. Okay. Interesting. Well, Yanni it is. Anyway, so this is what we're playing tonight. We're going to run it through a league, see how it goes, see what matchups we run into. Yanni, Master of the Pan Flute. Yeah, we got enough lands, we shouldn't get mana screwed. So let's see. Standard, yeah, let's do competitive. Feeling competitive with this one. Gifted Black, got the play points. Hey, what's up, your Uncle Sam? How goes it tonight? No Siphoners. Can check out my Grixis Storm deck using ATOG implements and Reservoir. I've seen this new ATOG deck running around. This one's a little different, but this is the same sort of idea. Reservoir is pretty interesting there. Foundry Inspector, Intruder, Kingpin. Another card I've seen in these builds that would probably be really good in your deck is Scrap Trawler. Because you can, like, sack like an implement, like 3-mana implement, get back a 2-mana implement, cast them for cheaper with Foundry Inspector, get back a 1-mana implement, and it helps you generate a lot of storm count that way. Did I ever see the Boom Bees list I sent you? Seemed right up your alley. I don't remember. Went 4-1 with this list, and you should resend it to me, actually. It sounds vaguely familiar. What's up, Wedge? Let's give a big scoops cheer for the Mana Source. Good to see you tonight. So, is this a budget deck or a con or shard? So, let's see. I mean, really? Alright, so the budget deck I'm so excited about. It's really a 2-color deck. The deck, technically it's 3 colors, but 1 color, there is a single basic land of the land of that type, and there's 1 card of that color, a single copy of 1 card. So it's really a two color deck that needs 1 specific card from another color because it is essential to the plan. I'm not spoiling it, Richard. I'm not telling them. I'm not telling them. I have given a couple of very vague hints. I'm just so excited for this one. Like, I can't wait for everyone to see it. It's so sweet. I'm just really... I mean, I'm always excited for people to see Budget Magic, but I'm way more excited than usual about this one. Ooh, alright. This hand looks fine. Got a decent curve. Psychosmurf 96, 4 months in a row. Jun Zombies is doing great for me. Did I check out the list? Emailed about 2 weeks ago. Second place on PTQ Kyoto. Ooh, sweet. If I didn't respond to that, you should send it again. It might have got lost in the shuffle, especially if it was 2 weeks ago. Let's Swamp go. Do I watch anime? If so, what is my favorite? I've never really been into anime, so I don't know. There's a... Oh, I can't think of the name of it. No, I've never really been into anime. There was one they used to play on Adult Swim that one of my friends really liked, so I would occasionally watch that one as part of Adult Swim, but I don't actually remember the name of it. Alright, so let's get our Gifted Aetherborn down. Hand is a bit expensive. Have 2 of our 6 drops. Could use a Scumble 2 Temptation. Opponent's on green. Well, Swamp is good. That gets us to Mind Rack next turn. We can start killing ourselves slowly, 4 life at a time. There's the Sanctum. And a Rogue Refiner. Your Uncle Sam, 4 months in a row to this community. Good job assembling so many awesome people. Well, thanks for hanging out, your Uncle Sam, and thank you for the subscription. Definitely appreciate it. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. This would be a Richard opening hand if instead of Swamps had 3 copies of Kimball Coffers. Richard is pretty much the mono black player. That is very true. And let's keep attacking with our Aetherborn. Our opponent might trade. If they do, that's fine. They do trade. And I think we just want a Mind Rack. We want to keep the pressure on. This is most likely like 4-color Copycat. Oh man, we did not hit a land. Oh, that's the worst card type to miss. We are literally going to kill ourselves with this Mind Rack Demon. Oh boy. Oh boy. Siler247, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So personally, I am more of a... Alright, let's just transgress here. Personally, I'm more of a Wendy's. Whoa! Okay. Paradox Engine, Ether Tide Whale. Edge of Autumn, boo! No! Oh no, I can't even tell you why this is so disappointing. Oh no! Edge of Autumn, no! Oh my god. Oh. No, no, no. Yeah, send me a tweet, Psycho Smurf, if that's an option. Oh. I know what this deck is, too. We're down to 13. Edge of Autumn is our opponent. And I may have played against Edge of Autumn earlier today in the 2-player queues. So let's just tick up on Rogue Fighter. Pass the turn. Steve OK. Hope your deck kicks as much, but as it looks like it should. Well, thank you, Steve OK, and welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I've had a bit of a cold the last week or so. Pick oat. So I'm not really sick, but I've just had a cold that is just refusing to go completely away. It's all this crazy New York weather. Snowy and cold and windy. Catches up with you after a while. We have a new subscriber, Maya 3114. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Alright, there's a swamp. How do we get out of this? Alright, so let's tick down Liliana. Get back our gifted Aetherborn. That can gain us some life. Play Yahani so we can sack this Mine Rack Demon. Play gifted Aetherborn. Get in with the Mine Rack and pass the turn. So this works. At least we get to get the Mind Rack off the battlefield, and gifted Aetherborn can save us some life. I think pre is the plural of pre. Yeah, I think it's the same whether it's pluralized or not. Do I ever go to GPs? Not very often. I kind of wanted to leave it back on defense. We're at 5. They have a Lumbering Falls and a Rogue Refiner. Not impossible that they have like shocks or something. Tracy King, 4 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Is this the Paradox Engine? Yep. All right. Our opponent steals our gifted Aetherborn. Well, we gotta sack this Mind Rack Demon or it's going to kill us. That's a good draw. So now we get to Noxious Gearhulk. Kill the gift, and our opponent scoops it up. Whoo, we got there. What do I think about adding a single Sky Sovereign to Reckless Panharmonicon? If you have it, I think that's good. All right, Psycho Smurf. I will make sure to check it out as soon as we're done with the stream. Sethro Jenkins, 3 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. And also, Slick Rick 1701. Thank you as well. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Let's go Terps. 2 months in a row. Big scoops cheer to you as well. Let's go Terps. Oh, thank you for the support, everyone. Definitely appreciate it. What do I think about eggs with Pia's Revolution? I think that could be a sweet budget deck. Do not kill the gifted Aetherborn. Can use Liliana to make it attack for 0. That is also true. Yeah, tons of subs tonight. Thank you, everyone. So we should probably sideboard. I don't know if we have much for this deck. Transgress the Mind, definitely coming in. Lost Legacy, I think, is actually decent-ish. Somewhat. Oh... Fatal Push is not good. We might just run it like this. Hope of Gurapur. Yeah, let's run it like this. I think that's fine. I did see the Mardu Indomitable Creativity. Ooh, boy. All right, this hand's pretty decent. We got lots of discard, which is where we want to be. We have a new subscriber, Harold A Radio, 3 months in a row, playing one of my recent favorites. Good luck. Oh, thank you, and thank you for the subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Ooh, alright, we got a Scumble, or a Live Fast, basically the same. Can I link a deck to look over real quick? Gotta change a lot, it's been a little underwhelming. Love the synergy between the cards. Standard Jund, eh? That sounds pretty sweet. Ooh. That's a pretty spicy list. Got the Constrictors. Just looking at it, the biggest thing I think would be maybe identify like a couple of the most important cards and try to make them 4-ofs. I think you're going to have some consistency issues with just because of that. I really like the idea of it though. And also... 21 lands is likely too few for a deck with Verdurous Gearhulk. So get up a couple lands if you can. Kiss Metatron and Osprey 2112, welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So let's just transfer. Actually, no. Let's Collector Brutality. And just kill Servant. Pass the turn. Have I talked about what the next card on the ban chopping block is? Am I going to try to build a Ravenous Intruder Scrap Trawler deck? I will probably try to build something along those lines at some point. And let's get in with Yuhani. If you're looking for something like that, make sure, I think that on Channel Fireball, they've posted a couple of lists that are similar to that. The next Commander Clash theme is, oh, doesn't Tomer usually say that at Commander Clash? Oh, he didn't know because we didn't figure it out. The next Commander Clash theme is actually, what do we do here? We better transgress. Get rid of a whale. Play Blighted Fen and just pass the turn. The next Commander Clash theme is going to be a redo week where we play decks from the past that didn't quite live up to our expectations. Give them another shot at glory. Alright, let's murder the Rogue Refiner. Get a counter on Yuhani. Start beating down. I really don't want to cast this Lost Legacy. Pima Aether's here. Okay. Well, let's live fast. See if we can hit our land drop. Alright, there's a swamp. Play Gifted Aetherborn. Get in with Yahani. Opponent takes it. Pass the turn. I probably will play Shadowboard Apostle Storm. That's the deck that I most want to try again. We're playing Gifted Black right now. Basically a mono black mid-range slash aggro type thing. Let's just Noxious Gearhulk, kill a Aether Seer, and just keep beating down. Yahani's actually not being too bad right now. We're up against the best deck in Standard. Trust me, you'll see. Just kidding. Opponent's thinking about blocking. It basically is green-blue draft leftovers, but it's absurd. Can I email you my Mono Red Gremlin budget list? Yeah, by all means. Please do, Goblin Master. Hey, what's up, Skyworthy? Tomer probably will bring Edric. That sounds like a Tomer thing to do. I don't think our opponent can win from here, thankfully. So we should be good. This is game 2 of this match. Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot gains our opponent some life. Game 1 went pretty well. We get a swamp. I'll play the swamp. Not only are we going to win, I think, but we're going to win in such a way that I don't have to cast Lost Legacy, which is like a double win. Because then you'd see our opponent's deck list. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Lost Legacy can't hit Artifact, so we can't hit Paradox Engine. We made it. Alright, we got through round 1, won the game, and I didn't have to cast Lost Legacy, which means you all didn't get to see that deck list. So double win for me. That was part of my goal, was to win in a way that you couldn't tell what that deck was doing. Oh, Edge of Autumn, I can't believe it. Alright, so 1-0 is good. Yeah, I will look through my Twitter stuff when I get a chance. It might not be till after the stream, but I definitely will. And try to respond to the deck list I'm being sent. I usually respond pretty quickly to, what's up, Edge of Autumn? Edge of Autumn, I killed you without having to resolve a Lost Legacy, so the stream crowd could not see the deck list you were on. Yes, I didn't want you to see what was in that list for reasons. It looked like a it looked like a deck that untaps Rogue Refiner with Paradox Engine. That is very true. That is a thing that it can do. It's funny to see everyone. It's funny to see everyone speculating on it. You will see. Yeah, if you want to send me a list, feel free to. Just know that I get a ton of lists, so it occasionally takes me a while to actually get much of a response to them. But I do try to respond to all of them. That is my goal. Alright. So on to round 2. We're 1-0. Taking down a unique looking deck. And this hand is pretty good. Would I be open to signing some cards? Yeah, I'm open to signing some cards. Blooming Marsh. All right, let's see if we can keep up with a snake deck of some kind. I usually try not to spoil the budget Magic decks ahead of time. I think it's more fun if I don't spoil them. Also, not spoiling them seems like the fairest thing to do because of card spikes, so I try not to tell anyone budget Magic lists ahead of time. Like, anyone at all, period, because it seems like it could get messy with people, like, buying cards and speculating and stuff, so the easiest thing to do is just not tell anyone. Alright, tap land for our opponent. Well, we're just going to start Yahaniing. Yanni gets in 4-2, pass the turn. One strength I think you have as a role model in NPD community is the fact that you don't ignore fans and the ideas of the community. Well, thank you, Psycho Smurf. I try not to. I know occasionally I run into trouble with emails, and it's really just that I get so many emails that things end up getting lost in the shuffle as I'm trying to respond and keep up with everything. But I really do make an effort to being there to be able to respond to things and listen to people. I wish that the prices of cards didn't move in response to budget Magic. I wish it didn't happen. Ugh. Grasp everywhere. Well, we got another Cletus, so it's not the end of the world that one died. Tireless Tracker. We might just have to murder that. Now that makes it easy. We get to Gifted Aetherborn, and yeah, we just gotta murder now so they don't get a clue token. Pass a turn. If they just slam a Gearhulk, we can get it with Blighted Fen, or Gifted Aetherborn can do some work and take it down. Winding Constrictor for our opponent. And another removal spell, Fatal Push. Alright. Let's bet that our opponent's out of removal and that we're not going to get wrecked by a Verdurous Gearhulk. This could go wrong. Oh no. We are getting wrecked by Verdurous Gearhulk. Well, we get to kill a creature with Blighted Fen. Is that going to be enough? We really could use a removal spell. Like, Fatal Push would be the best draw in our entire deck. Will Heart of Kirin be banned? Oh, it's a swamp. Alright, let's kill something. See what our opponent sacks. Keeps the Gearhulk. Alright, pass the turn. Now we need a real removal spell. Oh no, another one? Oh god. Huh. Well, we really need to draw a removal spell this turn. Princess Sheena, I don't really use Facebook, so you're better off trying to hit me on Twitter or emailing me. Makes pentagons out of Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. You weren't supposed to know about that, Tracy Gang. How do we stay in this game? Does Demon even help us? Not really. It kills our own zombie. Yeah, see, one thing I wonder about this deck is Demon actually better than Gearhulks? Is it worth it to have 2 demons and only 1 Gearhulk? Because a Gearhulk here would potentially just win us the game. We kill the 9/9, gain up to 15, get another zombie. But right here, this demon is just doing absolutely nothing. So that's something to keep in mind if you play this this deck. It might be that demon is just not correct. So we got to scoop it up. I mean, demon is sweet, but the split of having more demons than Gearhulks just feels odd to me. So green-black, what do we want against this deck? We have a new subscriber, Prideful Pelican. Keep the commander clashes coming. Well, we will, Prideful Pelican. Thank you so much for the resub, 2 months in a row. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So I think we're going to go down the demons. We can go up an Obnixilis. We can go up to the Slaughter. Seems like a reasonable removal spell against this deck, hopefully. Also, Ruinous Path. Fatal Push is good. Collective Brutality's not that great. Transgress, Grasp. Yahani, Liliana, Murder. And maybe not the Ruinous Path. What else are we cutting here? Why do people think something is going to get banned? Demon won a lot of games? Interesting. This might just not be a great matchup for the Demon. But Live Fast draws us cards. I guess that could probably be correct. Actually, Liliana. We can go down to Liliana. Actually, I think Liliana's good against this deck. Well, is it? Nah, not really. Alright, we'll try it like that. Love the new Budget Magic. Would I recommend in the sideboard against a Tron? Or what would I recommend against Esper Control or Jeskai? Probably the biggest thing is just ways to protect our stuff. If we can have ways to not die to Wraths and Sweepers, that would go a long way. Yeah, against Mardu vehicles, it does seem pretty awesome. So it might just be not a great matchup for Demon. Alright, well, get our Gifted Aetherborn down. Hopefully we draw a land for this Liliana. And every removal spell, we have so many 3-drops. Alright, opponent has Fatal Push. Come on, land! Please land! Oh, boy. Oh, even with 25 lands. No Glint Sleeves in this deck. We just... Oh, dear. We just don't have too many... Alright, there's a land. We don't have too many energy synergies. So maybe it's still fine, but I think you need at least a little bit of energy for it. What's up, Apes of Wrath? We haven't really talked about the Caw vs. Car video. I thought that video was a lot of fun, and I would like to do more of those, but what did you think? Did you see, if you watched it, oh man, the combo with the Rampager. If you watched it, what did you think? Is that something you'd want to see more of like, classic decks battling? I won one game day and almost won a second with Indomitable Creativity. Awesome! That's super sweet. Well, let's Grasp and tick up Liliana. I mean, maybe we can just ultimate this Liliana. That would be a big game. That would probably just win us the game, actually. Why is Tarmogoyf so expensive despite being only in 3 modern viable decks? Well, it does see play in Legacy as well, and I think people are just used to it being expensive, so I think that's part of it. People are just kind of okay with the price because they know that that's what the price is. Tireless Tracker draws a card. We get a land. Well, we're just going to go removal-y. We're just going to kill Tireless Tracker, tick up Liliana. I mean, if we can just ultimate Liliana, we should win the game. So that's our plan now. Try to ultimate Liliana before our opponent finds something to kill it. Oh, well, thank you, Apes of Wrath. Yeah, I think it would be fun to do a series like that. There's a Tireless Tracker. Opponent draws a card. We might be getting there. I think we're... Oh, man, unless they draw, like, a To the Slaughter or something. Alright. I guess this isn't guaranteed to work, but it's going to make our opponent attack with their Quagmire for their turn. And then we start playing Kalidases. Oh, if we drew a Fatal Push, we'd have the ultimate. We're so close. I'm going to post a link to my Commander deck because it was broken last time. What do I think? The cat card video was unique, answered a lot of questions that normal people just can't find out for themselves. Yeah, it's not the kind of matchup that you can really test very easily. Yeah, the Quagmire is going to... Oh man, they didn't? They must have... To the slaughter? Or they did... Whoa! They didn't even do it! Okay. Now we win. Well, that was easy. I don't think they can beat a Liliana emblem. They've drawn a ton of cards, but... I can't believe they didn't just attack with Quagmire. This is the Freak Fandango Orchestra is the band right now. Opponent takes a Cletus. I am quite literally shocked that our opponent played it that way. Well, we're going to emblem. We're not going to take a chance. We will just play a Cletus, play a Swamp, pass the turn, and I don't think they can beat the emblem. Falcon Coral, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Oh, it's such a losing battle. Like, our opponent's drawn so many cards with this with this janky Rampager combo. They're killing our stuff, they're doing all this, but it just all doesn't matter because we have the Liliana emblem, and we're going to make so many zombies. Live fast. Alright, let's just live fast. Now, we might as well transgress, try to get rid of a Gear Hulk. And pass the turn. Up to 6 zombies. It just gets so out of control. Yeah, our opponent could use a Demon of Dark Schemes right now. I'm so desperate for a card game on my tablet. I actually downloaded Hearthstone. It's pretty awful. It's so sad how Desperate Wizards is making me for a tablet-based card game. Our opponent realizes that Liliana Emblem, pretty unbeatable. Onto the sideboard. Yeah, Hearthstone is a weird one for me. I don't hate Hearthstone. The variance does drive me crazy. It's the kind of game that, this is how Hearthstone works for me. I will remember that I have Hearthstone, and I'll think, oh, I want to do like an arena run. That's mostly what I play in Hearthstone. And I will play it, and I'll get addicted to it for like, maybe 3 or 4 days, maybe a week tops. And then I don't play Hearthstone, period, at all for like months. And then I'll remember it and play it for like a week straight, and then I don't play it for months. So that's how my Hearthstone experience is. I enjoy it during my kicks of playing it, but it's not something that keeps my attention for much longer than a week before I put it on the shelf again. Blazing Nest, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you, for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Maybe we do want the Liliana. We'll go back up Liliana. Try it like that. Leroy Jenkins. One thing I do know is, and I'm probably in the minority here, but oh man, the vocals and stuff drive me crazy. I really hope they don't do that with Magic. If Magic Digital Next is Moto, but with voice acting, oh, I'm gonna cry a little bit. That would just be so painful. We're 1-1 in this match, and this is match 2 of our league. I haven't tried Eternal yet. I will. Well, we're gonna get down to Liliana on an empty board. That's not the worst. So, take up. Pass turn. Got some removal spells. Opponent, this Bestiary is actually pretty good. Attune with Aether for our opponent. Gonna get a land. Maybe the stack is actually reasonable. Alright, there goes our Liliana. Boo! Well, let's just Yahani. Get in 4-2. Pass the turn. Well, we can kill a bunch of stuff. That's not bad. Would there be anything I would change in my budget Magic mono white servos? Some people mentioned Westvale Abbey, and that makes sense. I could see that being a good addition. The elephant. Opponent's drawing so many cards off this thing. It's kind of actually beating us on its own. Another Hissing Quagmire. Well, play the Swamp. Play Yahani. Grasp the elephant. Get a counter. Get in with Yahani. Pass the turn. Hopefully this stops dying. Yeah, Abby could be a good addition. You said Sultai Delirium controls a good deck against Mardu, so I played it and I won. Played it at game day and I won. Awesome, No Soft. Good to hear. It seemed like it could keep up with it. Ishkana is still very good against aggro decks. Like, backing up some removal into Ishkana is a good plan. Oh, are we going to get Tragic Slipped? Please no. Or Fatal Pushed. Pretty much like Tragic Slip. Ah, I hate this elephant. Man. It's drawn our opponent like 10 cards. Let them Fatal Push our Yahani. Oh, my lord. Alright. There's the elephant. We get a Grasp. Well, play Blighted Fen. Pass the turn. I think we just lose to this Bestiary, it looks like. I am not sure what sub-only commands are. Opponent. Yeah, let's just kill it. If they fire up a Quagmire, that's fine. Alright, there's a Gearhulk. Gonna draw our opponent a card. Yep. We got that covered with Toothless Slaughter. I don't know. This deck hasn't felt bad so far, actually. Well, we better do this now before our opponent can activate a Hissing Quagmire. To the Slaughter. Pass the turn. We haven't drawn many threats. Yeah, Bestiary is the card that is... It's pretty much just winning our opponent this game. Their draws are just so much better than ours. Not to mention all the literal cards they're drawing, but just like Thassa mode, Scry every turn is actually not that bad. And it's insane when they're also drawing cards. And we're just running out of removal. Our opponent's just... running us into this ground with the Bestiary. They've drawn, looks like 7 more cards than us at this point, and another Swamp. And, I mean, this is where I would start to consider scooping. We're at 20 life, but, like the advantage bar at the Pro Tour, this would be, it should be all the way at our opponent's side. Another Rampager means they get to draw an infinite number more cards. What do I think about Energy Bob? I mean, it's good in energy decks. I think it's one of the best bad Bobs that we've had in a while. But I don't think you want to play it, like people were mentioning it in this deck, I don't think we have enough energy synergies for it to really work in this deck. Yeah, I don't think we can win from here. Yeah, advantage bar very much towards our opponent. Yes, we could use an Identity Thief. I would love to scoop it up, but then I get yelled at. People say I scoop too soon. Opponent gets in, gets an energy. What can we draw here? I guess Gearhulk would be like a somewhat reasonable draw. There's a Nissa. Alright, let's give it one more draw. We could draw like... I mean, we'll play Kalitas. It's just gonna die though. Our opponent's... Yeah. Yeah, Death Cloud would be good. Painseer isn't all that impressive to me. Kolaghan's Command and Mind Twist. Yeah, maybe, yeah, that would exactly do it. Kolaghan's Command, kill this thing, get back, I guess Yahani. Oh, these elephants! That combo is so obnoxious. This is essentially like, oh my god, and then the fatal push. All right, I'm scooping. I feel like we just got Sphinx's Revelation. It was split up over like a few turns and a million elephant bounces, but the end result is basically like our opponent just Sphinx's Revelation does with that stupid elephant in this bestiary. Whoo! Wow, that is so good. I am very impressed by this card. Like, if you're playing this elephant deck, I almost think you just want a copy of this in the main deck. It's so absurd. I guess it's bad if you're playing vehicles or something, but wow, that card is good. So good. Yeah, our opponent drew... Oh, it's so sad. Not only did we lose the actual game, we even lost by my definition, which is whoever draws the most cards wins. So that's a double loss for us on that one. Woo! All right. Gonna run a 30-second commercial, and we will be back with round number 3. I don't know, that combo, there was one earlier where, oh, I can't remember what they're using. I played a deck that was playing those same cards, but they had a way to get rid of the energy. So they essentially could just do that forever. They were drawing cards. What were they using? They had something that was getting rid of the energy, so it felt like they could just draw literally for infinity. Oh man, are we gonna get got by the elephant again? Well, we have a fatal push this time. That is, apparently we can push an elephant. Only in Magic. We can also push the snake or Grimflayer, whatever this is. It's a snake. Snakes and elephants, well... Get rid of that. Oh boy. Oh man. What's up, Edie Yak? Another snake. Aether Hub. Come on, land! Be nice to us one-time deck! Oh no! Oh, deck. Deck. Oh... Even in the 25 land decks, we still can't hit our land drops. No matter how many lands I play, the result is the same. Alright. Let's grasp the snake. Now we're going to lose to a Verdurous Gearhulk. Attune with Ether for our opponent. You can email me at saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. I know some people think that there's just not enough lands in the deck, and then why that may be true sometimes. Sometimes you just don't draw lands. Come on, land! Deck! We're like essentially dead to these Walkie Ballistas. Alright. That does it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Alright, so let's, Oh, I don't think Modern is... People are still gonna play Modern. I said, when we talked about it on the podcast... That wasn't scooping too early. Our opponent puts a counter on each of the artifact things, and we get hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then they can remove counters for 6 more. So it's 12 damage right there. And even if we drew a land and had a removal spell, that's still 2 more creatures on the battlefield. So we were dead on board there. What do we want on the sideboard? This is similar to the last matchup. Do we just want to try to removal spell our way through this? Is that the plan of this? Just bring in like 2 the Slaughters, Obnixilis, go down the Demons, and Collective Brutality, something like that? We do the podcast on Mondays, they go up. So here's the thing. I think that some of the modern stuff is overblown. Like, yes, it's troubling to see there being less and less tournaments, but it's not like, oh, Modern's dying, you can't play it anywhere, anything like that. Like, could that happen in the next 5 years and things head that direction? It's possible. But I think for the short term, you don't have too much to worry about as far as being able to play your Modern decks. When's the Budget Magic podcast going to happen? Not dead. Our deck hates us. I was like, hey, I heard you wanted lands. Well, we're not keeping that. Oh, no. Well, we're going to 5 on the play, boys and girls. Sure, we'll keep this. It has spells, sort of. Oh, man. Well, Gifted Aetherborn is something we can play to eat a Fatal Push. Called it. Oh, boy. Rough drafts will come back once in a while, I think, as a sometimes type thing. Well, Transgress the Mind. Get rid of the Gear Hulk. Well, maybe there's a chance we can stay in this game. All our opponent has is a Snake at the moment, and a bunch of removal that doesn't deal with Liliana. So we can Fatal Push the Snake. Keep the... Uh-oh. Oh, no, our enemy. Well, Liliana, start ticking up. Now we're done for. we literally can't win now. Oh, the bestiary. This deck is not very good at beating artifacts by the looks. Why are they destroying the Modern format? Kind of frustrated. Want to play competitive Modern, but no. Well, you could still play GPs and stuff. Don't freak out too much yet. All right, land go. Oh boy. Feedback on the podcast, getting a little too argumentative and repetitive. The other you and Richard are okay. The other guy makes me want to unsubscribe. Well, thank you for the feedback. Definitely keep that in mind. I will say Chaz was in rare form this week. So, but definitely keep that in mind for future episodes. What do we do here? We know our opponent's going to kill this. Yeah, I think we're just dead, pretty much. They have the gear... They have 2 removal spells. They're scrying every turn. Yeah, we don't have a good way of dealing with this. Finally managed to create a Magic Online account. Time to spend more money on the game. Well, awesome. Welcome to Magic Online. I mean, if you're concerned about Modern Masters 2017 reprints, then it's a fine time to start selling Modern Masters stuff. Well, I feel like this hasn't been a very good representation of this deck. Because we've just had some really... Like, this match has not been really representative of this deck or the game of Magic particularly. So there goes Liliana. Opponent scrying into action, walking Ballista, gets some extra counters, draws an extra card. I don't think anything we do matters, but I actually don't think this deck is bad. Like, even if we could be playing Mardu vehicles, and if we were drawing like this, it wouldn't really make a difference. So I think that it's premature to judge this deck as not being good, because I really think that we're just getting the wrong end of the Magic variants at the moment. Another long test cub. So I mean, yeah, we're dead on board, I think. It's a swamp. Yikes! Well, that was brutal. That was super brutal. Yeah. I don't think we played Magic either of those games, really. So down to 1 and 2. Why is it less money to buy cards when you buy the tickets through the site that is tied to the website? So I think the reason is that the people that you're buying from are willing to give a discount to get the money in, essentially to get cash money or whatever, PayPal money or however you're giving it to them, instead of getting event tickets and then having to convert them in cash. So if you're like card hoarder, MTGO traders, it's worth it to give you a discount on your cards to get you to pay with real money, basically. So that's why you see that to some extent. Because if they were going to, when they go to turn the tickets into real money, they're going to lose some percentage there anyway. Is Yahani's expertise not that good in Standard? Seems like it was going to be a mediocre Languish with some potential upside. So Yahani's expertise is just really matchup dependent, and it's hurt by the fact that the matchups where it should be really good, like Mardu vehicles, which we might be up against, are also the matchups where there's lots of vehicles that it doesn't hit. So it's just in not, like, Languish wouldn't be super great in Standard right now either, for the same reason, essentially. Veteran Motorist for our opponent. I think we're just going to kill that and then play Gifted Aetherborn, most likely. Oh, maybe I was misunderstanding the question. If there's a problem with the price on the Goldfish website, tag Richard on that, because he would be the one to tell. And would be the one that could fix it. Most underrated and overrated from Aether Revolt. Still think Paradox Engine is a busted Magic card. So I'd probably go with Paradox Engine for most underrated still. Overrated. That's a good question. Opponent has DePaula. Well, luckily we have a ton of removal for that. And a swamp, that's good. So we're just going to ruin his path. Murder is a better save in this matchup since it's instant speed, can get a vehicle or something. And we're looking pretty good in this matchup. And actually, like, drawing fairly reasonably. Would vehicles have been better for the format or just unplayable if they were made that they were always creatures but must be crewed to attack? It would definitely make them worse, I think. Especially if it was like attack or block. If they couldn't attack or block unless they were crewed, but they were just creatures, so they would be hit by sorcery speed removal, would that make them just like not good? I don't know. It would definitely make them worse. Would it make it unplayable? I'm not 100% sure. For Card Hoarder, the site is mono white deck is 27 ticks and 15. Oh, well, the other thing, Princess Ashana, is that with the budget Magic decks occasionally, if you read the article price where it says like it's this many ticks or whatever, that is the price from when the article went up. So it was 15 ticks when the article was published, but then sometimes the prices go up as a lot of people start buying the cards. So that is also a possibility if you see a difference between that. If the actual like deck, where the deck list is, if that price is not matching up with Card Hoarder, then there's some sort of error that we'd have to fix. Oath of Ajani. I said Oath of Ajani was overhyped. We did a Brewer's Minute about Oath of Ajani, actually. Right after it was spoiled, and I kind of thought it was overhyped from the beginning. And it hasn't really done much of anything. Well, we're going to see an example of this demon being pretty absurd. Kills everything, and pretty much just wins us the game. And literally just wins us the game. Our opponent scoops it up. Whoo! That was a good demon. Do we have the results of the Next Against the Odds now? So, Next Against the Odds comes up on the YouTube channel tomorrow. And it is... Consulate Dreadnought was the winner of our Against the Odds poll. So, the good old 1 mana, million to crew vehicle. So, it should be pretty sweet. As far as sideboarding against this deck, it still might be worth trying Yahani's expertise. Like, not getting vehicles is annoying, but, like, Obnixilis doesn't seem that great. Noxious Gearhulk doesn't seem that great. Transgress the Mind is pretty hit or miss. And maybe just bring in another Liliana. It seems like this deck is pretty set up. Like, if we just run reasonably, is pretty set up to beat vehicles. Yeah, this seems like vehicles should be one of our best matchups. Jeez, can we keep this? Oh, it's risky. We get to kill our opponent's first play and then hopefully play double gifted Aetherborn, which is so good. But then we might just never cast anything the rest of the game. I don't think I've seen Craig's deck yet. Oh boy. Well, we get to scry a non-land to the bottom. If we draw 2 lands, this hand could be good. There's a Toolcraft. Well, we definitely need a land in one of our first 2 turns. All right, there's a Swamp. That's good news. We get to play Magic. There's a Heart of Kirin that we're going to have a hard time dealing with. We do get to kill the Toolcraft, which is something. Live Fast. Maybe we should have taken some of those out. Let's escalate. Kill this. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. It might be worth discarding a Live Fast there, but I don't know. We also want to find... Oh, there's the Scrounger. We also want to find a Fatal Push to kill this Heart of Kirin, and then things get much better. Or, like, Land Murder. So we're really just rooting for a land here. That's what we really need. Well, Gifted Aetherborn is something. Sort of. What am I hoping for in Amonkhet? I hope they're new gods and that they're pretty sweet. I think that would be cool to see gods in a non-Theros world. Down to 9. And a Declaration in stone. Well, we need a Fatal Push. Ooh, there's a Fatal Push. Alright, so things are looking up slightly. I mean, we might just be dead here. Since our opponent drew red mana. And we're just dead here. Okay. Well, we were close. 4 color set with no blue. Alright, we get to play first. This hand's a keeper. Man, I hope we draw a land. If we just end this game on 2 lands, We got a Fatal Push. We got Liliana, which is insane against our opponent's stuff. It seems possible that we get a Duress type card. I don't think we'll get a Thoughtseize level card. Alright, play the Swamp, pass the turn. There's the Heart of Kirin. Well, I think we're just gonna... Oh, I want to kill this. Alright, we're gonna grasp it. Grasp the Toolcraft. Not a land. Would Scumble to Temptation be good over Live Fast? Maybe? I mean, it's comparable. There's Heart of Kirin. Well, we will kill it. One last question. Is there anything we would have to have worried that would be leaving the standard cycle in mono white servos? Well, nothing leaves standard until... Nothing leaves standard until the fall, so I'm not even super concerned about it at this point. But off of the top of my head, not really. Most of the big cards are from Kaladesh. It's pretty close to a Kaladesh block set. I think maybe we lose... I don't even know if we lose anything, really. So, no, I don't think there's much to be concerned about as far as servos. Opponent makes a knight. Well, let's live fast. We gotta hit a land. There's a land. Not ideal. Well, tick up on the knight. Pass the turn. Now we gotta find a way to deal with this Gideon. Our best bet might be, like, Kalitas Fatal Push, get a zombie. That might give us a chance. I try. I like these invasion lands. They're pretty sharp. Some nice Ron Spencer artwork. Here comes our opponent. Gonna kill Liliana, hit us. Can't do anything about it. Yep. There's a Thraben Inspector. And passes. Well, play the Swamp. And I think we just Kalitas here. So what we're looking at is Kalitas. We can kill something to get a zombie. Well, we get rid of the Scrounger, I guess. That did not work out how we were hoping, though. We really wanted that Kalitas to live. Man, if we can't beat this deck, this seems like this is our... the problem with Gideon is it's indestructible, so we can't actually destroy it, unfortunately. Opponent goes attacking. We kill the Thraben Inspector. And I don't know how we get out of this. Well, Kalitas is a good start. Ish. Play Kalitas. Opponent cracks the clue. If they have Fatal Push on Kalitas, pass the turn. And that's the game, boys and girls. Well, looking like this deck is, I don't know. We aren't running good, that's for sure, but Mardu Vehicles should be the best matchup possible. See ya, awesome dude. I don't know, awesome dude. It's possible we stream Malira Company at some point. The mono black deck has not been doing too well, Quinn, but we've been having some variance issues as well. See ya, Fire Zero. How are we alive? The matches have been short. I don't know. Should play Scrounger. The deck could play Scrounger. We've definitely struggled with artifacts. That's been an issue. I'm not sure what the pun is there that people were talking about. Gonti could be good. Gonti looked good this weekend. Hey, happy Valentine's Day, Geek Robot. How goes it? Geist of Saint Traft for Much Brew. Possibly. Could play a Geist deck at some point. That's true! MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams. If you're looking for a link, here you go. Finally caught the stream live. Ever since I saw your YouTube channel, I've been a big fan. Regards from Argentina. Well, regards from upstate New York in the U.S. Thanks for hanging out, Romero. Punted for not chumping Gideon into Yahani, the rest the board away. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. I think we're still going to die there. The greatest of all time Magic was sweet. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I think that could be a fun series to do more of in the future. Uh-oh. I missed our cue. The problem is we just couldn't get rid of the Gideon. I use my MTG Goldfish playmat, of course, which you can find on the merch page if you want one of your own. Have you ever scooped and then immediately regretted it because you realized you weren't dead or essentially dead? I think I have before. I very rarely regret scooping though, because it means I get to play another game of Magic. And even when I scoop too early, I feel like my too early is I'm scooping when I'm like, I don't know, 3% or something instead of 0%. And if it means getting to another game of Magic and so forth, then I'm kind of okay with that in some situations. I mean, if I was playing in a pro tour or something, then I think every 3% I'm sure matters and that adds up. But playing on Magic Online, even in a league, I don't know. I don't know what the EV on that is. I almost think I'm plus EV by getting to another match and having more fun than scraping it out for another X amount of minutes in a almost sure losing situation. I don't go to SCGs or Grand Prix very often. Yeah, the Seductive Go emote was definitely pretty sweet. Opponent looks to be an energy deck. Well, we get down our gifted Aetherborn. One game day with Paradox Engine. Awesome. You should do a standard budget brawl stream. That could be sweet. Well, let's attack. There's no way our opponent's going to block, but you never know. And then we better just grasp it. Don't want them playing a Aetherworks Marvel or something. Rogue Refiner for our opponent. Well, play the Swamp. Maybe 25 lands is just not right. Feels like we either draw way too few or way too many. Built Teamer Summonings, took it to 3 FNMs, went 14-1. Awesome, Paddywhack. Oh boy. Saheeli Rai. Well, Swamp Go. The EV math changes when you don't get paid to play Magic. Burning Ticks is the main reason I dislike MTGO. That is also true. Well, Swamp and Liliana, the last hope. I guess we start ticking up for now. We want to leave up this murder to not die, hopefully, to Felidar Guardian. Next turn, we could potentially get back Gifted Aetherborn. Our opponent's actually getting close to just ultimating Saheeli Rai. They could also have Negate to protect the combo. There's Whirler Virtuoso. Yep. With a lot of energy. Another Liliana. Well, Swamp. Oh, boy. I guess we just tick up and pass. You guys should do Commander Clash with Wedge and the Professor. That's a sweet idea. I know Wedge and the Professor are super busy, but that could be a fun special episode or something. Hey, Momir. Well, we have a ton of budget-friendly decks on the website if you want to check it out, mtggoldfish.com. We do a lot of budget-friendly stuff for new players, so that might help you on your way. What do you think about Heroes Downfall and Dissolve being a standard constantly? They seem to have a solid balance of power. Yeah, I mean, I think we always have something like Dissolve. Maybe it's slightly better or slightly worse. The thing I don't know if I'd like about Dissolve is it might keep other counter spells from seeing play. Alright, there goes Liliana. We have a new subscriber, Ugly Cousin. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I mean, this isn't a budget deck. It's not super expensive, but it's not budget. So, opponent gets some energy. There's a Swamp. Well, play Liliana. I guess we just kill a Thopter. Pass the turn. Ruinous Path would be nice about now, but they would probably have a fistful of counters. Yeah, definitely possible. Getting rid of the Saheeli would not be bad. And there's a tune with Aether. Time for Against the Odds, no rares. Ooh, that could be interesting, like a standard Pauper almost. Saheeli's ultimate doesn't actually really do much of anything. It searches for 3 artifacts with different names. Well, let's see if our opponent has Negate off of this Servant of the Conduit. Okay. They're going to blink Saheeli. We let that go. Because that gets the counters off Saheeli. They go to copy the Guardian. And that's when we murder. Do they have the Negate? Alright, so we survive test number 1. We are going to lose our Liliana. That's basically why we hadn't been doing anything, is we had to leave up that murder for that situation. So, it's not great, but we don't really have much of another option. Well, alright, let's Yahani. This can maybe get Saheeli Rai off the table if our opponent doesn't have a shock. Or a Harness Lightning. Alright, pestered. I mean, Saheeli Rai's ultimate can be sweet, but in this deck it doesn't really do anything. I don't think our opponent even has 3 artifacts to tutor up with it.
Look at your clothes. What parts of your wardrobe could be described as costume-like, derivative, or reminiscent of some specific style archetype? In other words,
Sort of like a nerf deck, Faden. Very, very nerfed, I guess, since you scry 1 and deal a damage instead of Faithless Looting, but I can kind of see the comparison.
or ugly. In other words,
Bona gets in with everything.
anti-style.
Well, let's Gear Hulk.
Important question. How would it feel to change yourself quietly,
Kill something.
offline, without public display, from within?
Yeah, we're gonna Noxious and kill the Virtuoso. Or attempt to. Yeah, Yaini? That doesn't sound right either. Harness Lightning takes down our Gear Hulk. Well, we gain a bit of life, so we're not literally just dead, but I guess Demon? Demon would be good here if our opponent doesn't combo us off. They left a card on top, which probably means it is Felidar Guardian. I can't imagine them leaving much else on top here. You can always email me or tweet me. saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com or saffronolive on Twitter. Nahiri the Harbinger. Oh, are we just dead? No. 1, 2, yeah. Well, I think it's Demon or Bust, and even Demon isn't guaranteed. Well, it's a Demon. Okay, so Demon of Dark Schemes. This means we actually live-ish. Wipes away our opponent's board. Are we really going to win from here? Oh, it's actually kind of close. Yeah, we'll be able to reanimate too. I mean, we'll probably wait and try to reanimate a Gear Hulk and kill a creature most likely, but this kind of has us in the game a little bit. Oddly enough, being able to reanimate Gear Hulk also means we don't just die to Felidar Guardian. Yeah, that was a good draw. Definitely the best draw in our deck. Gets rid of all the Thopters, gets us a bunch of energy. Play the Swamp, pass the turn, see what our opponent can do here. Reanimate their Guardian and flicker the Demon. If they go wide with something, that could work. Takes up Nahiri. I guess we could also just get back Rogue Refiner. We'll see what our opponent does. Plays a Rogue Refiner. If they don't do anything crazy, we'll probably just reanimate Rogue Refiner. Because that gets us enough energy that we can do it again. Whirler Virtuoso for our opponent. Sure. Alright, so let's reanimate Rogue Refiner. Draw a card. And it actually gets us back the 2 energy, so we can reanimate again. Swamp and Fatal Push. Alright, so attack. I guess we got to get Nahiri. Yeah, I think we got to swing at Nahiri here. Yeah, Demon's been very good here. Panharmonicon would be sweet in this specific situation. I don't think it's that great in this deck overall, but... Alright, let's get in at Nahiri. Opponent can make a chump blocker. And a chump blocker. Alright. I wonder what they even get with the ultimate, though. Chumps. We get an energy. I think we still might be able to do this. We don't want to blink the Demon yet. I don't think this ultimate necessarily kills us, if our opponent even does it. Opponent has Cloud Blazer. Sure. That's fine. We just can't have them kill our demon. I think that's one of the things you get for doing well, like in draft or something. Yeah, blinking is going to be pretty good at some point. Cloud Blazer. Okay. Sure. Let's see what our opponent does. As long as they can't kill our demon in response to something, this should work. Blink demon, get a bunch more energy. We can get back Gear Hulk if we want to. I would love if they just tapped out so we didn't have to worry about removal. Yeah, we still have push. Opponent. Alright, so now we have to reanimate the Felidar Guardian. Blink our demon. Whoo! Alright, it actually worked. Kill everything, get a bunch more energy, keep our demon. Yes! Yes, yes! Attuned with Aether for our opponent. We have a new subscriber, JG Sir Saves a Lot. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Let's get back a Rogue Refiner. Draws us a card. Alright. More lands. Well, let's go attacking. This at Saheeli, this at Saheeli, this at Saheeli. Actually, this is gonna kill our demon, though. Is that okay? Maybe we just do it like this, and leave our demon untapped so Nahiri can't kill it. Opponent makes a Thopter. Alright, that's fine. Opponent blocks and blocks. Thopter down, we get an energy. Why didn't that kill it? Oh my goodness. What happened, deck? I'm still not exactly sure what happened. Oh, yeah, I guess technically none of our stuff left the battlefield. Fair point, fair point. Well, we sent a message. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yes, yes. I see what happened now. It was my fault. I agree. Opponent plays Oath of Chandra. Goes after our demon. Okay. Felidar Guardian. How can we do this best? 1, 2, 3. Can we do anything else? I guess we just gotta get back the Gear Hulk. I don't think we can do... I guess we could get back Yahani and sack stuff? Does that help? Well, Whirler Virtuoso gets us 3 energy. Alright, so we can get back Whirler Virtuoso. Gets us 3 energy. And then get back... Noxious Gear Hulk. And kill the Guardian. Getting energy. Alright. Well, we're still kind of in the game. Yeah, it's 4 energy, so that kind of works out-ish. Gets rid of our Gear Hulk, so we still sort of have a board. Takes up Saheeli. Now we kill Whirler Virtuoso. Oh no, they have something else? Oh, another Virtuoso. And that gets them a Thopter. Well, play a Swamp. Send everything at Saheeli Rai. Blighted Fen. Get rid of a Whirler Virtuoso. Opponent gets a Thopter. Blocks, blocks, unblocks, reblocks. Yep. Play Gifted Aetherborn, pass the turn. Oh, we're staying alive, just barely. They still have the combo if they draw into it, though. Oath of Nissa. Oh, this is always the death of me. Alright, it's a Saheeli Rai. That's not the combo piece they needed. Copies Whirler Virtuoso. Also has Aetherworks Marvel. And Saheeli Rai. Copies Whirler Virtuoso. So they're going to get a spin on the Marvel. Do they hit a Felidar Guardian? The moment of truth. Another Saheeli Rai. Okay. Now what's our opponent doing? Opponent makes another Whirler Virtuoso. Well, we will block one of them. Take 2. Million triggers. We have a new subscriber. 2 of them. A Jun Life and AM3629. Welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscriptions. Big scoops cheer for our new subscribers. Well, send everything at Saheeli Rai. Saheeli Rai down. Opponent gets an energy. We drew another swamp. Pass the turn. There we go. It's moved over a bit. Takes up the Nahiri. Yeah, I'm confused by what the punt would be there. Aetherworks Marvel gets our opponent a Servant of the Conduit. Okay. Not super threatening. Come on, let's draw something. It would be nice. Ruinous Path would be pretty awesome. Another demon.
Wally, say something. I'm speechless. I'm just trying to hold on to my breath.
Well, I guess we can start doing that again. So let's attack with everything at Nahiri. This game has been pretty crazy. This is still game one. Opponent blocks and blocks. Gets an energy. Play demon. Opponent gets an energy. We get 2 energy. Pass the turn. I don't think attacking our opponent's worth it there. They're at 22. That's a really high life total. Oath of Nissa is a super good draw. That might mean we lose to the combo. Oath of Nissa gets them 1 energy, finds them a Felidare Guardian. Do they have 1 Saheeli Rai left in their deck? And they found it. All right. Wow. That was interesting. All right. So, 4-color copycat. Our opponent had the copycat combo. They had Felidare Guardian and Saheeli. So they would just oh yeah, they revealed it off of the Oath of Nissa. So even though it technically wasn't in play yet, it was revealed off the Oath of Nissa. So we were dead there. We didn't have enough energy. We only had 3 energy and Demon was 4. So we were 1 energy short and we would have been able to do it. Yeah, if we had 1 more energy, we would have been fine. But we were 1 energy away. I think an infinite number of Felidare Guardians would kill us there. So sideboarding-wise, what do we have? To the Slaughter, not great. I guess we can bring in the Lost Legacies just to get rid of the combo. I'm assuming that's got to be why they're in the deck. Liliana doesn't seem that great. They can go wide. Demon was very good. Gearhulk, I guess, was okay. We haven't seen a Mind Rack Demon since our very first game. Transgress does get combo pieces. We can go down Collective Brutality for a Yahani's Expertise. And maybe like this, I think? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we get to play first. Hey, what's up, Papa Karn? Okay. This hand doesn't do much, but 2 live fast are pretty nice. So, Swamp and go. Aether Hub for our opponent. Well, play a Swamp, pass the turn. Servant of the Conduit. Well, let's just Fatal Push without punting this time. Play the Swamp and live fast. Ooh, there's Lost Legacy. Alright, so we get to get rid of the combo, which is good. It should be a lot harder for our opponent to win without having access to the combo. Alright, there's the Saheeli Rai. Takes it up. So I guess that means we just go after Felidare Guardian. What is this thing? Felidare Guardian. So what's in our opponent's deck? 2 Aetherworks, 1 Chandra, some Harness Lightnings, 1 Nahiri, 1 Tameo, couple Rogue Refighters. Their hand is Rogue Refiners and Cloud Blazers with a Harness Lightning and a Tune with Aether. Alright, well, we don't have to worry about the combo, so now we can just play a fair, normal game of Magic and try to win that way. Yeah, the Grixis Hedron alignment deck is pretty sweet. There's the Rogue Refiner for our opponent. Takes up Saheeli. Well, maybe we'll just draw a land here. That would be nice. Okay, there's a land. So, in that case, I think we just kill Saheeli Rai, pass the turn. Yeah, they don't have too many outs at this point, I don't think. Opponent gets in with Rogue Refiner. Well, let's live fast. There's a Demon. Oh, Demon next turn is going to be very good. Pass the turn. We are down to 11, which means something like Chandra could actually get to us here. Attune with Aether. Even more energy. Plays a Forest. Oath of Nissa. What's it find our opponent? A Saheeli Rai. Plays Saheeli Rai. Does the damage. Alright, I was afraid they were going to copy Cloud Blazer. That would have been bad. Opponent gets in. We're down to 5. We'll play that. Demon of Dark Schemes. Clear the board. Get some energy. Pass the turn. Our opponent does have Harness Lightning. And we're at 5. So this is still going to be close. We're still pretty far behind. There's a Rogue Refiner. Opponent plays a land. They got a Harness Lightning this. There's a Harness Lightning. Yup. Rogue Refiner hits us down to 2. We have a new subscriber, Reflection MBC. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Play Kalidas. Play Gifted Aetherborn. Pass the turn. So we got Lifelink. Oh boy. And that's the game. They won of Chandra. They found it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well then. That was a pretty disastrous league all around. So we lost a couple games due to variance. The last game... The second game of the last match was just kind of outdone, even with a good draw. First game, there was a little bit of punting going on, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Chandra just +2s to deal 2 damage, and we were at 2 life. So there wasn't really anything we could do there. So, yeah. So, I'm not sure about this deck. This deck was, I don't know. I feel like we ran poorly, but I would be willing to give this deck another shot. I don't know what the point is of being mono black, really. I think it would be very possible to, splash another color, which might make it better. Having 0 ways to deal with artifacts is a little troubling. So I don't know. It was an interesting deck. I'm glad we played it. Obviously, that league didn't go well, but I think it could still work out in the long run. So anyway, let's well, we'll do Frontier Battles at some point again, probably, but I don't think that that we will do it tonight. So I think what we're going to do tonight is probably wrap things up with a game or 2 of Momir. Because people love Momir for some reason, so that's a good way to wrap up the stream for tonight. Have I seen anything with breaking entering expertise deck? I haven't seen it played yet, Pretty Pangolin. I brewed it. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I still plan on playing it at some point. So let's do one more 30-second commercial, and then we'll come back to do Momir time. Probably get in 2 games of Momir, I think, tonight. And I already have a challenge. Alright, back with Momir. I don't know what the list is. First challenge I got is from Quaker171. So we'll go with that first. Silo Murphy, you also sent me a challenge. Is Quaker171 even on the list? Oh man. Average Toaster's out there. Who is... Wait, T-Stide, I'm getting so Betty. Who's at the actual top of this list? Alright, Average Toaster then. Send me the challenge. We gotta do this right. If I accept it here, I'm sorry. Quaker171, I'm sorry. We gotta do this right. Okay, Average Toaster. Alright, send me one more challenge, Average Toaster. I clicked out of that one. Send me it again and I will accept it. Alright. So Momir number 1 is Average Toaster. Probably better known as T-Stein. Alright, so we get to play first, and we will keep, because it's Momir. Swamp and Goo. MTGO on Moto would be awesome, Chicken Fitas. Hopefully that's a thing that happens at some point. For our 2-drop we get... We have a new subscriber, Diluted Raven. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Ooh, Broodhatch and Tuggo is actually kind of sweet. Whenever it's dealt damage, we get that many 1/1 green insect tokens. Erdwall Illuminator probably won't investigate too much this game, but is a flyer. So if we can block something big with this, we can get a ton of tokens. Opponent, Goblin Rhyme Runner, so just a 2/2 for 3. I like these lands better than Zendikar Full Arts, actually. I'm a fan of some of these old lands. I actually think they look nicer than the Full Arts. Ooh, alright. Ridgetop Raptor, 2/1 Double Striker. Opponent gets a Lava Hounds. 4 damage to our opponent. Also a 4/4 with haste. The record for Gifted Black was 1-4. Partly due to variance, but not a great record. Yeah, this swamp is pretty awesome. It is a good one. Well, let's trade off with this thing with our Double Striker. And 5-drop is Bramble Elemental. When it becomes attached, when an aura becomes attached, we get 2 1/1 Saprolings. We're like Momir tokens somehow. Oh man, I thought this was my chance to play Momir with Saf. I haven't played him since getting Demigod in the brain while I was trying Notion Thief. Oh, sorry, Quaker. We have a Momir list that we try to go in order because some people have been waiting for a while. And I accepted, not realizing that it was someone else's turn on the list. So you can definitely get on the list, though, because I'd love to play you. 6-drop. Our opponent gets a huge flyer. Abyssal Horror. Ooh, target player discards 2 cards. That's actually pretty good. That's sort of a double time walk. in Momir. Although, we're taking 5 in the air from this Illuminator and Celestial Archon. Am I going to do free win red again? At some point, I'm sure we will, because I love that deck. Budget Mardu servos or budget servos with sweet. Been playing Mardu one for a while. Nice. I didn't think of going Mardu. The problem, the big challenge with going like 3 colors in a deck like that is just the budget. It's so much more expensive. No Phage. Wretched Griff. Sure. So this blocks the Illuminator, I guess. Still doesn't stop this Celestial Archon. Yeah, I like free win red too. Fearless Joe. I have to look at the Momir list. I think we will be able to do 2 games tonight. Technically at the top of the list, so that's the Momir list. I don't know which of those people are actually here. I think it actually may be you, Fearless Joe. So we can't block. Yikes. Okay. Oh, this Rhyme Runner is actually doing some work here. We need a flyer here, or we are seriously very close to being dead. Oh, Voraclex is so good, but... Well, I guess we live one more turn. Man, we have hit some really good things, and we're still pretty close to just losing to flyers. Okay, so maybe it won't actually be you, Silo Murphy, if those people are going to play. We'll have to see. We can make an Emrakul. I don't know if that's enough. Opponent's going to make something, which means they don't get to make something next turn. We can Emrakul, which is good. Bad news is we might still be dead. We did a Hedron alignment list a long time ago, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did it again. Scourge of Fleets. Bound Star 2-drop. Alright, we better chump here. Well? 8. Alright, let's go for Emrakul. Let's go 15. Alright, Emrakul. Emrakul, I think, still could win a Sagabe here. If, assuming we actually hit it. Yes! Alright, there's an Emrakul. Pass the turn. And I actually think that'll do it because our opponent can't make anything here. So he can make something not block. We block. Block, block. Go to 2. I think we got it. Whew, alright. Yes, we missed the worm, thankfully, or we'd be dead. Emrakul can't block. Actually, we're still not guaranteed to win. We chump this thing. We might have to start making 16s. Alright. I think we gotta make Draco. There are 2 15 drops, I believe. What happens if we attack? Do we lose? Our opponent attacks. We block here. Wait, they make that unblockable. We take 4. Oh. 4, 5, 6? Block, block? Alright, I think that's fine. And if they attack with everything, we block. Block. Alright. Get in with Emrakul. The 60 drop does have flying. It's not very good. It's a domain card. Technically, you could cast it for 10 less mana, so for 6 mana if you have a land of each type. So I guess it's not bad. Kind of like the original Emrakul, but then you gotta pay a ton of mana to actually keep it. Unless you have domain. We might just keep making Dracos at this point. I guess it doesn't matter, because we just win and then we annihilate our opponent again, and that should do it. Vorinclag's pretty powerful. Go for the other Emrakul. Our opponent scoops it up. Alright, so we gotta win there. There are no 14 drops. Someone actually did that. Someone actually did that against me on stream. They tried to make I think it was 14, and they got nothing because there are none. Alright, so we'll keep. Like always in Momir. Opponent gets a key Blizzard Herder. Whenever it dies, each player sacks a land. Ouch. Alright. Well, at least it's each player, not target player. Ooh, we get a Frostburn Weird. Staple of Mono Blue Devotion. We could get an Emrakul because we had Vorinclex doubling our mana. Opponent passes. Well, let's make a 3. Opponent's deciding on Tribute. Alright. We'll just pass for now. A game of Momir is basically... It's actually a great starter format on Magic Online. Because it's super cheap. Because your land is all X. And then every turn, you start at 24 life. Every turn you get to pay X. Like this turn we're paying 4. And then you discard a card, which is always going to be a land. And then you get a random creature of that converted mana cost. In this case, we get a Crypt Ripper. A classic of Zendikar. Eventually we're just going to have to attack into this thing. I don't know why I'm so scared of losing a land for some reason. Tab 5 clerics you control, you gain 10 life. Seems unlikely that that's going to come up in this game. Now we can't even attack through the Ancestor's Prophet, so let's just make a 5. Relentless Scabs. Just a 4/4 for 5. Normally would have Undying, but... Did I say your land is all Dex again? Every couple months I gotta say that, for some reason. Oh, how do they get so many target creature can't block things? I guess at least this one costs mana, so it's a little less scary. Conduit of Ruin. Not super relevant. Looking through my closet earlier for old Magic cards, found one card, Core Firewalker. Core Firewalker is pretty good. Opponent gets the Flashworm, Havenwood Worm. Still just taking 2 in the air from Mothrider Samurai. Well, let's make a 7-drop. It's Sexy Exy, the Hexaplet Golem. So it's actually pretty good with in New Phyrexia, if you like to dirtle. Oh boy, that's a Stormtide. That's going to end us super quick. Now we basically have to hit a removal creature like Hoverguard Sweepers or like Platinum Empyrean or something, or we're dead in 2 turns. Scourge, Scourge does not do it. Oh boy. 6 mana. Well, does it do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess it does kill that. It does not have flying. So this actually will get us out of it. We're going to have to skip our entire turn, but we can just Pyroclasm a whole bunch of times, and that'll actually save us here. Opponent makes it so it can't block. Yup. We take the beats of 8, 10, so down to 6. Opponent plays a land. Alright, we play a land, and I guess we just pass? Actually, no, then they can make us not block. I guess that doesn't matter, though. Yeah. Yeah, let's pass. Maybe our opponent plays something pre-combat. That would work in our favor if they did. Yeah, I think it's possible to do it in paper. It just takes a bit of work. Well, let's block this thing. And then Pyroclasm away the board. Yeah, we might as well keep going. We gotta get rid of this Storm Tide. And then we're gonna have to sack a land. Undying isn't relevant. Alright, everything down. The opponent probably is listening to the stream right now. Sack a mountain. Our opponent does get the first shot, but we still have the Scourge, so... Opponent gets... Ooh, that's gonna die, too. It does mean we can't attack, but... Feeling like we might have turned the corner. You never know in Momir, though. Seeky Season's Guide. Enters battlefield with 8 +1/+1 counters. If damage would be dealt to it, prevent it, remove that many counters, sacrifice 8 spirits, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, that's sort of a combo? Symbiotic Worm. Yeah, let's just make an 8. I think this is fine. We don't need to kill the worm. Avatar of Will. Get in with our flyer. Well, we got another flyer. Not great, but the black deck did not end up doing as good as I was hoping. 1 in 4 in our league, actually, so very ungood. Oh, that's a Chroma. The Angel of Wrath. We do live thanks to this avatar. Problem is it has protection from our Scourge. So we're back to needing to get lucky. Oh, does that do it? I mean, this is all we can do. I don't think it's actually enough. Crater Hoof is usually so good. Oh. Opponent has 13 power of blockers. We have 28 power. They're going to drop to 3. And now we die. Oh, we were so close. Yeah, Chroma's a good hit, especially on that board state. That was a good Chroma. Alright, we'll play first here for game 3 with our beautiful mountains. So, Mountain Go. We have a new subscriber, the Curbinator, 4 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. There's a mountain. And Cephalid Snitch. Sack it. Target creature loses protection from black. Okay. I mean, I guess you never know. That could be an irrelevant ability in some world. Ooh, Doran. That's going to make this game very interesting. I don't know if I've ever had a Doran. This is an onslaught planes from David Day is the artist. We have a new subscriber, Mike. Oh no, not Mike McMuffin. Max Infant. Welcome to the Fishbowl and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Oh my god, look at this art. I really wish that Magic would go back to this art. Oh man, there's like a windmill and an angry Pac-Man. And like a refrigerator with a scepter. This art is it is a piece of art. That is, I don't own any original Magic art, but if I saw Horrible Hordes for sale, I would try to make a point of buying that because that's just ridiculous. Zolo69, welcome to the Fishbowl and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So let's discard this forest. Ooh, Penumbra Spider, kind of a combo with Doran. We're doing it. We are doing it. High toughness is pretty good. Opponent jumps. And sacks it. Doran no longer has protection from black. Come on, more spiders. More big-butted creatures. Oh, Dungeon Geist is very good. Not many removal spells in Momir, but that is one of them. Opponent passes. It is not a big toughness creature though, so we still have our Doran even though it's tapped. Airdrop Aeronauts, not exactly what we were looking for. Well, we get in for 4 with Penumbra Spider. Seize the Day would be the art you would buy if you saw it. Seize the Day is pretty sweet. People don't understand how Rampage works usually either, but it looks like our opponent does. It only pumps the creature if you get blocked by more than one creature. Important note of Ramp. Ooh, that is a flashy Torrential Gear Hulk. Well, let's keep attacking. Technically good with Doran. 6 attack instead of 5. Oh, the power of Doran. So in Momir, I play 20 mountains, 20 swamps, and then split the other 20 up between the other 3 land types. Orchard Warden. Whenever another tree folk enters the battlefield under your control, gain life equal to its toughness. Okay. Not especially good with Doran. Well, let's attack with the flyer. Opponent takes it. They really don't want to lose this Dungeon Geist. I guess it's keeping our Doran tapped down. Oh man, gets +0/+5. Pretty good with Doran. I mean, it costs 1,000,000 mana though. I don't play Waste. I have heard arguments for playing like one Waste. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. There's so few cards that care about colorless mana that it just doesn't seem worth it, but if you want to play a Waste, you can. I don't think it's wrong. I just don't think it's necessarily right either, so I don't do it. I think you're more likely to want a land of another color than a colorless land. Ooh, Vampiric Dragon's pretty good. That can start shooting stuff down, and we lose our Elder Dragon here. You cannot play Snow Basics, only basics. Well... oh boy. Oh dear. Well, that might be the game. It is very hard to come back from a Denizen of the Deep. Oh, the self-wrath. Yikes. This card. Why? Now, has anyone ever played this card? I'm going to have to put this on against the odds. This seems like a good against the odds card. Because why? Why do you want to return all of your creatures to your hand? There must be a reason. It can't just be all downside on your 8 mana 11/11, which isn't even that absurd of stats. But I'm gonna have to put it on there. Yeah, it feels like I've hit Denizen of the Deep like 3 of the last 3 games. Oh no! And our opponent gets a Platinum Empyrean. Well, we could get our own Platinum Empyrean. Here comes the big attack. Well, Denizen, do some blocking. You also block. Actually, we should block the biggest thing. This mass. Twanos, 3 months in a row. Thanks for being fun the whole time, MTG Goldfish crew, especially Seth, better known as Saffron Olive. Well, thank you for the subscription, Twanos. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. All right, this is it. We got to hit something really good here to stay alive, like a Platinum Empyrean. Silver Seraph, block, block, block. Yeah, that does it. That does it. Oy, good game, good game, good game. Oh, Momir. Momir and Denizen. Always Denizens. Good game, average toaster. So, all right, I say let's do one more game of Momir. So whoever's at the top of the list, apparently multiple people at the top of the list are here. So, whoa, you survived a phage? I have never heard of anyone surviving a phage in Momir. That might be the first time that's ever happened. That's pretty awesome. So let's do one more game of Momir tonight. So if you're at the top of the list, send me a challenge, and we will Momir it up one more round. Record with Gifted Black was pretty bad. We went 1 and 4. I did not see the Ulamog EDH deck. Did you send a list? And, alright, Silo Murphy. You've been waiting, so alright, one more game of Momir tonight. The MTG art game could be fun to do at some point. That is a good idea. Alright, we'll play first, and we'll keep. I don't know if we'll end up doing it tonight. You were beaten to it, Katie. $99 Wastes and Ulamog. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Alright, Mountain Goo. All subs become mods? That would be interesting. I'll have to look into that. That would be a lot of mods. That might be a record for most mods. Well, let's discard one of these many forests. Vitu Ghazi Guildmage. Oh my god. Populate? And we even have the mana for it? Populate is pretty insane in Momir, because it means we just get to make a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Well, under our control. Wow, and we get a Flicker Wisp. Oh, it's the nuts! It's the nuts! It's the Momir Hardlock! We got it! We got it! Oh, this is so good! We just populate Flicker Wisp every turn. We don't play anything the rest of the game. Oh, this is maybe the greatest game of Momir that we've ever played. Oh, we gotcha! Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, you never know in Momir. I mean, our opponent could hit like a Flame Tongue Kavu or something. Crit Claw. Close, but not quite. Well, guess what we will do? We will keep populating. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so good. I guess we should keep making our land drops just in case. Sorry, Silo Murphy. Didn't mean it. Oh. Demon of Dark Schemes would be good for our opponent. Or Savage Scuttler. Wow, do we actually just win here? This is one of the craziest games of Momir I have ever played. I think that's just lethal as well. Well, sometimes you just get the nut draw, I guess. Whoa! Well, we populated our way to victory in that one. We just keep populating. Yes, I appreciate playing it out. Good game, Goblin Master / Silo Murphy. Now, I hope for our opponent's sake, this is actually a more balanced game, a more typical Momir game. So we'll keep. Oh yeah, that was awesome. That's one of the great things about Momir is you find card combinations that you would just never find anywhere else. I've never even thought about token copy of Flickerwisp. And I guess that combo only really works in Momir in specific because Palace Familiar, alright, because everything's a token. Oh, I'm sorry, Goblin Master. You kept saying good game, so for some reason I thought you were playing. I was confused. People have different Twitch names and Modo names, so sometimes I get surprised. Shrill Howler. Creatures with power less than it can't block it. Well, we might as well get in with Palace Familiar. Yeah, that is maybe the fastest game of Momir I've ever played. This one's going to slow down because of the crude rampart, keeping things under control. The big ol' defender. Target creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of artifacts your opponent controls. So +0/+0 at this point? Not very good. Build a deck with this last week, it was not very good. With what? Oh boy. Frostwind Invoker seems good. That definitely ended some games in Rise Limited, and can do it again here. The Tapper one was actually even better. Dawnglare Invoker, that card was pretty good in Limited. Rise of Eldrazi Limited, if you've never played it before, and you get a chance, you should do it. Yeah, I guess it would be +1/+1 for 4 mana. Still not very good for its cost. This is Zelda-esque music. I know, my name is Saffron Olive essentially everywhere. On Twitter, my email, on Reddit, on Modo. Jeez. This Invoker doesn't even need to do anything because everything just has flying anyway. Well, this has been quite the reversal from the first game. Now we're just getting beat down by huge flyers. Whenever another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Huh. I got a feeling that's just going to be a bit too slow, especially since, well, I guess we can chump for a turn. Maybe we live long enough to draw into 8 mana and hit something good. This Voroj, though, is pretty scary. Arcbound Stinger can be alright. Plated Slagworm in Modern. I mean, it depends on the build, but I could imagine it being okay. If you can really take advantage of the non-land permanent. Ugh. Well, it's a flyer at least. Does not stop this thing, though. I guess it chumps it. This is just like the abyss for our flyers. You can try to make Ornithopter. The problem is there's actually a lot of 0 drops, like 11 0 drops. There's the big attack. Okay. Well, block, 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 block. 3, 6. Well, this probably makes more sense. Oh, but then this triggers. Alright, we'll try it. We're going to just have to hit a removal spell type creature. Oh, and Soul Artifact. It makes sense in Soul Artifact. Oh, yeah. Alright, so where are the counters going? Probably on this Stinger, in case I get another artifact. Oh, it goes on itself. Never mind. Well, we can chump it next turn then. That's still very big. Sure, you can have a 5/5. That's fine. Alright, 8-drop. You gotta be good to us. Oh boy. Guardian of Vitsugazi is not what we were thinking. Well, we get to chump for a turn. And then hope we hit like Hover Guard Sweepers or the Bounce Kraken. You should try Travis Wu's Glittering Emrakul deck. For against the odds, I bought it 2 locals and topped with it. It was a most fun deck. Interesting. I will have to look that one up. I am not familiar with that one in specific. Another Seiki. All right, well this is the turn. We got to get at least a flyer for chumping. It is not. All right, on to game 3 of our Momir madness. One more game of Momir. The black deck did not do well. The black deck went 1-4, unfortunately. Whew. Turn 1 Raise into turn 2 Kazandu Tuskcaller. Who makes a 1-drop in Momir? That was the first thing that came to my mind. Alright, Mountain, Goo. There's a swamp for our opponent. Alright, we'll make a 2-drop. We can skip our 3-drop if we need to. Modular everywhere. Well, if we get in a hit with this, it starts to grow. I guess that's not the worst. Seems unlikely, though. Ooh, the High Priest. A part of the original Aristocrats deck. Gem Bomb Incinerator, kind of a better card at cycling than being an actual creature. Good Goblin removal spell, though. Calcite Snapper. For a fantasy role-playing boss in a mangrove. I do not know. See ya, your Uncle Sam. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back on Thursday for another one. Opponent makes land drop. Does not flip around the Snapper. And Polis Crusher. Trample protection from artifacts. Can go monstrous. Destroying, or enchantment rather, not artifacts. And destroy an enchantment. Not too threatening. Gravokian Vampire. Beginning your end step, if a creature dealt damage by it died, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Only a 3/3 for 5, though. Opponent. Kumar Bonkin. guess we better kill that thing. Alright, let's get a good 6-drop. Ooh, Deathpack Angel. When it dies, get a 1/1. Oh. Well, I guess it's just a 5/5 flyer that makes a 1/1 when it dies. I've been seeing Polis Crusher everywhere. Found one in my attic. There's one in a 50-cent rare box. Huh, maybe it's a sign. You should probably buy one. Build a deck around it. I think we gotta take it. This thing's actually pretty scary if we start killing creatures. And we don't really want to trade our flyer for it anyway. Ooh, Exalted Angel. We're actually pretty far behind right now. Advantage bar pointing towards our opponent. Ooh, never mind. Iridescent Angel's pretty good. Flying protection from all colors. Still doesn't stop our opponent just from making a million demons, that's our biggest problem here. Is our opponent's just going to be able to start making demons like crazy. Has a box full of Promise of Powers. That's actually a pretty good commander card. And Pit Spawn. First strike, gotta pay 2 to keep it alive. When it deals damage to a creature, you exile it. Alright, let's just... Oh no. That doesn't even work. We can't even chump. Everything about that was wrong. Playing Morbid like it's Fatal Push, or Morbid like it's Revolt, and Revolt like it's Morbid. Well, come on, Bounce Kraken. You are our only hope. Or Hoverguard Sweepers. Definitely not Shambling Attendants. Oh boy. Well, now we just gotta stay alive as long as we can and hope we hit some big comeback. Yeah, it is kind of super Death Touch. It is also now gone. Opponent does not pay. Ay. Yeah, this High Priest is pretty good. I mean, yeah, that was a pun. I don't think we're going to beat this High Priest, though, whether or not we lost our 2-1 or not. We would have killed this thing with the Angel, I guess, would have been the correct line and still had our 2-1, but they'd still be making the demons, and we still don't really have a way to stop our opponent from doing that every turn. Well, I guess this attack lets us not do it every turn. Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. They morbid their Pit Spawn in the combo. Come on, Bounce Kraken! Symbiotic Worm. I don't even know if we live another turn. Are we just dead this turn? Death Touch and First Strike essentially is the combo, except it exiles the creature when it deals damage. Buy 300 of them. Solid future investment like Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. Yes, I know, Jay Zoller. Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. I will never live that down. Opponent. Skargan Skybreaker. Yeah, we might just be dead. Kills one of our flyers. Do we get one more shot at the Bounce Kraken, I think? Man, this feels so bad. We're just trading a real creature for one of these tokens. Yeah, Crucible. It's coming. Watch out. Its time is just around the corner. Alright, Bounce Kraken. This might be our last chance at it. Ugh, Bedlam Reveler. And 5, 10, and 14 in the air. We do have the Sweet Cleric token, but that does it! Good game, Silo Murphy. Oh, well, kind of a lot of losing this stream. Partly variants, partly some puns, all the typical fun stuff. So, well, we got in some Momir, we got in some sweet mono black action. Anyway, good game, Fearless Joe. I think that's going to do it for tonight. I think that's gonna. I think we're gonna call the night for the Momir action. But we will be back on Thursday. In the meantime, check out the replay YouTube if you want to see this stream and some more losing in the future. Also, the regular YouTube will be able to find all of the sweet series and so forth, including Against the Odds coming out tomorrow featuring Consulate Dreadnought, and the merch page with tokens and t-shirts and all that fun stuff. Otherwise, everyone, thanks so much for the subs. Thanks so much for hanging out. The Momir games, the losing with Mono Black. It was a fun stream, and we will be back on Thursday for another one. Maybe some modern action, hopefully a little bit more winning. Until then, have a awesome Valentine's Day evening. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you soon.